BMW says, this isn't just a new car, it's a new era. And every time someone says it's a new era, it means something has changed significantly, but not always for the better. BMWs used to be very simple: a steering wheel, an engine, wheels, and you. No subscriptions, no over the air updates, no games. And now your car can update faster than your iPhone. And it's even becoming smarter than we are, though that's not exactly hard. And so BMW comes out and says, we're starting everything from scratch. New class, a new platform, new cars, a new future. And that sounds really cool. But there's one question. Is it still a BMW or just an expensive gadget on wheels? And honestly, I want the car to be smarter than me, but I also want BMWs to give us the same thrills they always have. So today, let's figure out what BMW has shown us and where all of this is headed. BMW was once in a very strange situation. A company that makes some of the best cars almost disappeared. And that's when the new class was born. They were simple sedans with no screens, no autopilot, and no software updates through subscriptions. The only thing that got updated was the driver. And these cars achieved the most important thing. They gave BMW its character. Lightweight rear-wheel drive. It felt like the car was an extension of yourself. And now, BMW is using that name again. But they're using it quite differently. Not for engines, but for electric motors, screens, and subscriptions. And that's where it gets ironic. Back then, BMW saved the company by making cars lighter and more alive. And now they're trying to reinvent themselves again, but this time through technology. And the question really comes down to one thing. Will it work a second time, or will they lose their legendary status and head down the wrong path? And here we are, approaching the first car of a new era, the BMW iX3. And this car is the one that kicks off the new class. And it looks interesting, it's not loud, it's not trying to be aggressive, it's just self-assured, like a person who doesn't feel the need to prove anything to anyone. It already knows its own worth. Inside, it's a completely new car. New platform, new electronics, new battery, up to 400 miles of range, new fast charging, an 800-volt system. And that sounds good, actually. It sounds very good. Because to be honest, all electric cars today are fast, they're all the future. But BMW has never been just like all the others. BMW is special, and it's not about the numbers, it's about the emotions they give us. Because a BMW is a car built for the driver. So the question is, can BMW make not just a good car, but a real BMW? Because these days, speed is not really the problem. Making a car that you actually want to drive every day. And that is a completely different story. And now, the most important car of all, the BMW i3. And it's not just another car, it's the new 3 Series. And if you know BMW's history, it's not just a car, it's the heart of the brand. A car that set the standard for decades. Dynamics, adrenaline, speed, feel, emotions. And now it's going electric. Two motors, all-wheel drive, about 463 horsepower, up to 400 to 440 miles of range. And if you just look at the numbers, it sounds like the perfect car. But there's a catch. It wasn't loved for the numbers. It was loved for how it drives, for the steering feel, the balance, for how it responds to you. And now, the key question. Can this BMW deliver those same emotions as before? Because today, anyone can make a fast electric car. But making an EV that feels like a BMW, now that's a challenge. And here, BMW went all in, because the Neue Klasse isn't just about cars, it's about technology. Let's start with the basics. A new battery, a new platform, and a new 800-volt architecture. This means faster charging, more efficiency, and less time at the gas station, or rather at the charger. BMW says the new batteries will be 20% more efficient, and that already sounds like a major upgrade. But the most interesting part isn't the batteries, it's the car's brain. Four independent computers with 20 times more computing power. So this car actually thinks, and probably more than the driver does. And you can see it in the interior. Panoramic iDrive, a screen spanning the entire width of the car, fewer buttons, more displays. Everything is either through the touchscreen or voice control, and even the driving experience is changing. Driving assist, highway assist, distance control, lane keeping, driver assistance, parking assist. The car can park itself. For this, you need an app on your phone. The driver can step outside and just stand there and watch as the car parks itself. And then you start to wonder, am I the driver or just a passenger with a license? Because the car is turning into a gadget. Very smart, very fast, very high tech. But is this what we wanted? Or would we just prefer the car to drive and for us to be in control? And now, the moment when things get really serious. BMW X5. Because while the BMW i3 and Xi3 are just the start, the X5 is the car that everyone buys. And if BMW is moving the X5 to the new class, it means they're not joking. They're playing on a massive scale now. Gasoline, hybrid, and fully electric. There are options for everyone because this is a mass market. But alongside the X5, BMW also has the X5M, and that's a whole different league. It's the League of Gods. It's aggressive, powerful, fast, and dynamic. It's one of the best SUVs. And if you're completely changing the concept, you have a difficult task to keep the X5 just as powerful and emotional as it's always been. And if BMW pulls this off, it will be on a whole new level. And now for the most interesting topic, the BMW M4. Because to be honest, it's my favorite car, and I really want to buy an M4, maybe even for YouTube, for content, for life. Because the BMW M4 isn't just a car, it's character, it's sound, it's aggression, that feeling when you hit the gas and the car really comes alive. And now imagine all of that, but without the sound. The new era of BMW means one thing: electricity. Maybe a hybrid, maybe a fully electric M4. And yes, it will be fast, much faster. But it's not about the speed, it's about the emotions. Because the BMW M4 isn't just about numbers, it's about how you feel behind the wheel. And if you take away the engine, will that same drive remain? I look at this, and on one hand, I think, this is going to be something incredible. But on the other hand, what if it's no longer the M4 that I want? Because I want to buy an M4, not just because it's fast, but because it feels alive. And this is where BMW faces a very difficult task: to make a new M4 that's modern but still remains that same M car. And if they succeed, I'll buy it. And if not, maybe I'm too late and this dream won't be realized. And honestly, I like it. I like that BMW isn't standing still, that they're taking risks, that they're not afraid to change, because right now it's very easy to stay as you were and completely disappear. The world is moving forward: electricity, technology, artificial intelligence. If you're not in this movement, you're simply left behind. And BMW understands this. They're not just adapting, they're trying to be first, and that commands respect. But there's another side. I don't love cars for the screens or the features or the fact that they can drive themselves. I love cars for the feeling, for that moment when you get behind the wheel, turn on the music, grab a cappuccino, and you just drive. And the car is wild, alive. It reacts to your every move, every touch, every thought. And it gives you such emotions that you can no longer control yourself. You start laughing not because it's funny, but because it's a thrill. Pure thrill. And in that moment, you don't need screens, you don't need features, you only need the car and the road. And that's why I love BMW. And that's exactly what I'm afraid of losing. Because when the car does everything for you, when it
thinks for you, when it drives for you, what's left for you? Just to sit there, just to watch. And maybe the future of BMW will be perfect, fast, precise, smart. But will it be alive? Because sometimes the best moments are not the perfect moments. It's when the car's a little wild, a little unpredictable, but that's exactly why it's real. And I really want BMW to find a balance, to become better, more modern, faster, but not lose themselves. Because if they succeed, it will be something unreal. BMW, if you're watching this, give me this car for a test drive. I don't want to just look at it. I don't want to just film it. I want to feel it. I want to get behind the wheel, turn on the music, hit the road, and understand, is this still a BMW or already something else? Because numbers are one thing, but the feeling behind the wheel is something else entirely. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, and leave a comment. And see you next time.